poor. Used to play Sims 4. Put a little wall around, take the door off, trap him in the swimming pool. I don't play Fortnite, f that. Chun-Li when I street fight, bust back. You ain't got combos, what's that?
Yo, man, chill out. That's my sister. Nah, nigga, you wanna steal from me? I'ma show you how it is.
No, just let it just go.
Alright, man. Chill out. Run.
I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked up pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given out. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now.
Hey guys, it is Kristen aka Coco Games, and I'm back with another video. This is episode 9 of the Brooklyn Way, the almost season finale. Season 10, episode 10 will be the season finale. Yeah, so as you saw from the beginning of the episode, it's of course like a day away from Brooklyn's brother's like anniversary of his death, and she's still having nightmares. It's always the same nightmare. Like, she has the whole scene play out where he's about to get shot, and as soon as the gunshot goes off, she wakes up. And obviously, as you see, she has him tatted on her arm. I've told y'all multiple times, like, this thing with her brother is really impacted her. Like, she was in the whole situation, and she just feels like it's her fault. She feels so much guilt. We of course haven't seen the full story yet, but she needs help. Like, she's dealing with so much trauma and regret, and then at the same time she also has the fact that she's going through all of this stuff with Fredo, and right now she's waking up reading the news that they're having a boy. And it's just been a lot, but she's also in the midst of getting her life together. She's been looking for apartments, which she found one that she really likes, that she might move into probably next episode, not this episode. But she's slowly getting, her life together. She does have to go back to, the house where her mom and her sister is, so she can kind of pack things up and also get them settled into her not being there all the time. Also square away her business, probably, have one of her friends run it for her instead of her being there, because she just feels like this is where she needs to be. She needs to be in San Marino, where it all started, so she can feel more like herself. But like I said, right now, she's rolling up a little bit. She rolling up a little bit and she's reading the news. This is literally the only thing that like keeps her calm, and with everything going on, like, shoot, why not? Why she can't roll up a little bit? Ooh. Oh, hell no, y'all. I still got slice of life freaking period system in my game. I am definitely taking that out once we get through, okay? She's just trying to figure out, her moves for today and get to the point where she won't feel like things are so bad. But we are doing something very important today. Today, as many of y'all have requested, Brooklyn is going to go to therapy. I feel like, and a lot of y'all feel like she needs it. I mean, come on, she's having these traumatic dreams. She's been through so much in the past couple of months. Just like, her world blew up in like a month. And for her to know that this dream that she had with Fredo is now gone, and around the time of her brother's death, like, that can just be a lot on a person. And I feel like she needs to talk to someone, and I feel like she's at that breaking point too. Especially after reading this morning that freaking Tabitha and Fredo is having a boy. Like a boy, that's her dream, to, you know, have a boy, name it after her brother. And instead of it being with the love of her life, he's having that experience with somebody else, you know? So it's really hard for her to have to see that, for her to have to go through that. And her brother's anniversary of his death is like a day in a day. Like, she just needs this. She needs to go and talk to someone, sit down, let all her feelings out, and sort of deal with this thing that she's been trying to suppress all her life, like trying to make up for it by taking care of her family, making sure everybody was straight. But now she needs to worry about herself. And I think this whole Fredo situation really put that in perspective for her. Like, if anything, she has been neglecting herself, her own mental health, her own like trauma. She's been pushing it down, and now it's time to deal with it. So I think what we are going to do is, okay, there's two options I could do. Now, I was on Twitch and I made like a full therapist like office and stuff like that, but I just discovered that with Slice of Life you can actually have a in-home therapy session, and I kind of want to do it. So let's just test it out and see what happens. So in Slice of Life, they have a public health service, and you can do a therapist in-home visit. A therapist will come to your home for 4 hours. You'll be able to vent / talk to them until the time is up. So I think we're going to try it and see what happens. We are still at the hotel, but like I said, this is probably going to be her last episode in this hotel, because we will eventually go ahead and move her into the apartment that she found. So let's go ahead and call them. I feel like this is going to be good for her. And not Jay texting her. We're gonna deal with that situation later, child. But let's go ahead and change her into the outfit that I have. So like, I gave her this really simple outfit because she doesn't really feel like getting dressed up. It's really no point to her. So she just has these simple fits that she's been wearing lately. Okay, so what does this say? Let's see. Thank you for reaching out today. I am Miss Charm, but you can call me... Oh, it's an older black woman, period. Thank you for reaching out today. I am Mrs. Charm, but you can call me Minerva. If you want, I'm sorry about your condition, but feel free to vent / talk to me about anything. Where is she? Oh my gosh, y'all. Did y'all know this was in Slice of Life? This is so cool. Is she coming? Let's greet her outside. Is she going to come? Oh, she's here. She's here. Oh my gosh, y'all. Brooklyn is having her first therapy session. I'm so happy for her. Look at her. She's already like tearing up. And it's with an older black woman. She looks like she knows some things. Okay, let's see. We can talk and vent with her. So I think it should be like little... Okay, let's give her a friendly introduction, I guess.
Krisstenelleanf.
Dag.
She was like, how are you? And I feel like Brooklyn's just going to let it all out. Tell the story of, you know, tell the story of her brother and how she's feeling. Ask her for advice. Just tell her everything that she's been feeling and what she's been going through. And I think this is the first step to Brooklyn really healing because that's what she needs. She needs to heal. She needs to deal with the fact that her life is not as perfect as she always tries to pretend to be. She always tries to stuff things away, and that just cannot happen anymore. Oh look, therapy. It's a whole thing for therapy, y'all. Oh, talk about friendships, talk about feelings, talk about tragedy. Oh my goodness, this is everything. So she's telling her basically everything she's been feeling, everything she's been going through, the story of her brother, how it's been affecting her. And I just feel like this is perfect for her, like going through this. Oh, why is they thing declining? Okay. I thought a little bubble would pop up or something. Let's keep going with the stuff under the therapy menu. Let's talk about family. I really didn't know this was a part of the thing. I would have, set up. Ooh, she wants to talk about her insecurities. She getting deep.
Phil Boxe, Kunkarusa.
She just seems so wise. I feel like she gonna give her good advice.
Zeppenork.
I feel like she's getting better already. I mean, of course, nothing is going to be solved with one therapy session. But I think just talking about it is really going to help her. Like, for real. You cannot hold all of that in. This is really good for her. Oh, she getting deep. Oh, okay. Burr. We definitely are going to tip her. Like, the fact that she's sitting here and listening to us. I feel like Brooklyn kind of thought that therapy was going to be like her getting judged and her, getting shamed for some of the decisions she made, not realizing like it's meant for her to get help, for somebody to listen to her and guide her in the right steps. And I think this is the perfect first step for her, like to be talking about things that she only keeps to herself is exactly what she needs to be doing. So this was definitely needed. What is this? Oh, she's gonna give her a tip. And
Freeze.
period. You're so fun to be around. I really enjoy spending time with you, and I hope you feel that way about me too. Oh, this was everything. Now, one thing of advice that I think this therapist is going to give her is that Brooklyn needs to not let this go. I mean, her brother is always going to be in her heart and in her mind, but she really needs to let go of that guilt. Because a lot of the guilt that she feels, where she feels like this is her fault, that, maybe if she would have been more careful, her brother wouldn't have gotten in that situation. She feels like it's her fault, and obviously it's not. I mean, y'all will see, like, her brother did a lot to end them up there. And her therapist is telling her that she thinks that she needs to go and visit her brother's grave and just really let it out, like almost like she needs to have a conversation with him, like how she talks very spiritual about her brother, like she feels like her brother watches over her and watches over her family and things like that. She needs to go and express herself to him, especially the anniversary of his death, she needs to, you know. So that's her like first therapy assignment that I think the therapist is going to give to her, and she needs to do it because it's just time for things to heal. I couldn't come to your grave since it was so far away, so I figured a church would be the next best thing. I think about that day a lot. The way you reacted, the gun to my head. Watching you go down running for your life. I thought I was just going to the laundromat and I ended up with you, my favorite person, dying. I know you were caught up. The people who did it were just ops coming after you, but if I would have just stayed in the house that day like you told me, I feel like I could have stopped it, but I didn't. I have to forgive myself though. Me just holding on to it isn't doing anything. It got me in this stupid position of having to deal with all this drama just because somebody like Fredo made me feel like you was still around. I realized that you are in me every single day. I don't really need to hold on to any of the shit I feel guilty for because you're here in some way looking after me, Sierra, and Mommy. I love you, big brother. And I'm sorry. So, as y'all saw, Brooklyn has... I don't think she all the way dealt with her brother's thing, but she's taking the steps to do that. She couldn't get to his grave, but she did go to a church. Okay, she got a little spiritual. And now she's here with Jaden, and I know what y'all thinking. She's not trying to be with this man. He texted her, he called her, he's been calling her nonstop because he felt really bad about what happened last time they were in the same room together. He felt like he was doing the same thing as Fredo, kind of making her anxious, cause her anxiety over something that really he did not have anything to do with. And I think that he can admit that himself. Like, he knows he had nothing to really do with that. He was just something that she did that night, and he just so happened to be there. But because he feels like he's known her for a while, like since her brother was around, he was supposed to be protective over her, and Fredo was just doing the most to him. So he was trying to be protective, but obviously he feels bad about it. He's been texting her nonstop, calling her nonstop, and Brooklyn is in a very forgiving mood after making her amends this morning and talking with her therapist. So she decided to come here to this cafe that he invited her to, and they're gonna have, you know, a little talk or whatever about everything that happened. Yeah, I totally... Oh, it's too loud in here. It's raining again in the city. I totally forgot that I had batch fixed all my chairs, so all the chairs in here are back to default. Honestly, this whole place is a mess, but whatever. They're gonna have a quick conversation. What are they doing? Listen to joke. I'm just controlling him, y'all. He's not actually in the household. But yeah, so I think they're just gonna sit down and have a deep conversation, and she's gonna be like, look, all is good, I just can't do anything, you know, serious right now. I'm trying to make moves for myself, moves to be more independent, and you know, I really just can't be hanging on a man's word right now, or, you know. But as you see, their romance part is pretty far for what they did. Like, It's a little far for what they did. You would think it would be lower, but it's actually really far along. So it's so loud in here, child. So they just catching up. I feel like last time they didn't get to catch up. It was just them, you know, being all freaky or whatever, because he did look good. But now they're actually catching up and being friends with each other, which is what they needed in the first place, instead of just going in each other's pants. But yeah, I just feel like Brooklyn is in a really, really good spot, a good place. Like, this is the beginning to her happiness. Like, I feel like she looks happy already. Like, are you kidding me? I don't know if it's this man putting this smile on her face or what, but I just feel like, I don't know. It's almost like she freed herself with confronting what happened with her brother. Like, yes, it was tragic. Yes, it was really damaging to her. But at the end of the day, that doesn't have to be her only story. That doesn't have to be the thing that keeps her down. And now I feel like she's just going to be so much happier, like letting that off her chest. And she's going to continue therapy. Okay? She's going to. And this man, he think he's slick, but you know, I'm just gonna be a friend line anyway. But yeah, I feel like Brooklyn is definitely just on her way to healing, which is what she needed in the first place when this all started. You know, she was hanging on to everything that was Fredo, and now she realizing that a man does not have to be her end all be all, even though it's nice to have them. You know, it's best for her to have herself secure before she put herself into somebody else. And I think that's what she's learning, and I'm so proud of her. And I think her coming to Stand By Us, you know, was probably one of the best things that ever like happened to her.
Yeah, bro, I'm on the way to the studio right now. I hit you up when I get there.
So this the nigga who be capping in his motherfucking raps.
Who the fuck is you, nigga?
This a little message from a friend named Jay. He wanted his payback in blood.